Hello everybody and welcome to part 31 of my guide King Boudicca series. In the last part, you could probably hear it in my voice, I was quite tired, and as a result there were mistakes made. The first one is we had a settler that we were hanging out down here in case we needed coal, and I think we probably should have settled it down here. We could have had the wheat and horses from Copenhagen. In fact, it would have been a circus city as a result. Lots of plains here. Okay production with some hills nearby. Another wheat here, wine, but most importantly, it would have flipped quickly and helped to pressure the cities over here a little bit better. You can see here we're pressuring Kuopang a little bit, but we could have gone with more. That's mostly why we're settling cities. And then the second mistake is that everybody got off of the road here, which I do think coming along the road to come in, we could tangle with her units a little bit here, but to push in and kind of surround Guo from the other side, help take it down a little bit quicker, might have been a way to go. Some of them here, obviously, some support over here. And then the next thing is I failed to notice that Hamburg is actually being raised, which I didn't realize they could do that. Like, I know I wouldn't have been able to, if we took this over, because it was technically his capital at the time we took it over, but I guess a city-state can, because their capital's here, so if anybody wants to liberate Germany, it'll be here. It's kind of unfortunate for a couple of reasons. One is later we would have had the option of attacking Almaty and liberating Germany ourselves, but that can't happen now. But also, this city is kind of important in terms of religious pressure. It's putting a lot of pressure. I mean, obviously, her cities have mostly flipped. But this was ours at one point, and now it's not. You can see. We'll get it back eventually, it looks like. So yeah, the fact that we have two settlers now, we already have one that we're about to put down here. And the other one we were moving to also put down up here. So yeah, in retrospect, I think it should have gone here and probably here. This is the only real hill I see in this area, so maybe we settle on the plains here, get the cocoa right away, some freshwater farms, we'll pick up this cocoa next. We could buy the hill right away, and then, it'd grow into the coal, which the coal is not all that important. We gotta clear the jungle and yada yada, but don't want to have to settle a city here because it's a pretty crappy city, but as long as we have one hill, and then of course we'll get the second one here, should be alright. We can make it work. The problem is that we're going to want to settle this right at the same time we're declaring war on her. Let's see here. 5 turns to go. Like, we're pretty much ready to go. So we might have to have these units hang out here to defend. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, how about we keep 2 musket men here, because when we declare war we can antagonize her down here, and one of the ranged, this is double tap and range, which if we step up on this hill we have nice coverage here. So yeah, let's keep this one here, and then we can send this one over here to kind of help out here. And then once this seems to be under control, we can have one musket man and that archer come through here to try and do that. Meanwhile, we are going to be on metallurgy. This guy here can hop on the road and get over here because we have this guy coming over and this guy coming over for the darkness. So that's my thoughts as far as all that goes. It's really a shame because where we were going to settle this is kind of not all that great. We were doing it because we were planning on settling another city here, and now we're not. So I don't even know where our other settler is. Okay, there it is. So I suppose we could run back in time. We could run back here, and I hadn't considered that, and have this guy come. Because we have 6 turns. It says 6 turns now, and obviously by the time we get back it'll be 5. He gets back on the road. 2, 4, that's 2 turns from now. 2, 4, 3 turns from now. 2, 4, 4 turns from now. 5. So we could actually have a worker settle, and I think that expedites it by a turn, and we would want roads through here anyways. We already got 3 tiles built in preparation as well. Alright, so maybe that's what we do. I hadn't come to that conclusion off camera, but I'm glad you guys got to share that with me. We're not at war with anybody, so there's really nothing to watch here. But we'll go ahead and pass the turn, like, here, I guess. Apparently we had horses to sell. I failed to notice that. Do we have more horses to sell? Just the one. Okay, so Japan picked up the slack there. If you'll take it for one. I didn't think you would. Okay. That's something we haven't done in a while, is checked in on our tourism progress, because that's also something to do with our plans as far as when to settle, how many to settle, etc. You can see all the lower ones we're conquering fairly quickly. We're going to be taking down his culture fairly soon, so hopefully there's that. We're also going to be taking down as many of his cities as we can get away with, so that should slow his culture. The Inca, they're neighbors. We have open borders. Once we settle a city here, we should have the option of sending a caravan to them, so that should help as far as that goes. Hadn't considered the possibility of sending one through here, but it looks like a lot of hills we might not have even had the option. May purchase with faith. So let's see. Swansea does not have a mosque yet, or a pagoda. Inverness does, so there we go. And it's also grown, so it just hit 3 pop, so that's the perfect time to buy the pagoda. So we'll do that there. We just addressed that. Alright, we'll have him go on that. Didn't we just have an extra worker here? Oh, we kind of did, but he's over here, so we'll hop up on the hill. We might have to just delete him, because the chances that we can get back over, you know, the border's probably getting our way, but we'll slug it out. Alright, aluminum, the worker gets there 1 turn late, but that's okay. It's not like we need it right this second. Great person born. So let's go here, create great work, increase our tourism, of course. As far as where to put it, though, we have, I think we counted it out. We're picking this up in perfect timely fashion. Nance picks that up in 10. Truro picks this up in 13. So he's chopping, coming over here, chopping. So that's, I think I already counted it out to where we were going to get this. So in 6 turns we pick up this tile, which means he's going to take him 4 turns to develop. So that's 14, 15, 2, 4, 6, 16, 17, land on 17. Alright, so this will be in our borders, assuming we have this worker even do it. Whereas this one here, let's see, 10 turns from now, in 4 turns from now we'll finish the aluminum, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we could get that down, let's put the great work, or yeah, the great work, the work art into nonce. Is that what I was talking about? Nonce, okay. Yep, lost track of myself there. Okay, horses and citrus. Horses and citrus. He wants horses. He's giving us the best exchange rate. He's only got 2. Oh, that's perfect, though, because we have 5, so we'll sell 2 to him and a pack of 3 to somebody else. Might as well go with the people with the least amount of science. Actually, I want to go with Ethiopia. They're furthest away, and they've been beaten up on by the Shoshone from the beginning. So there's that, and then we also have citrus. His science is extremely low. We saw to it from the very start. Not wine, citrus. Citrus. Yes, there you go. Okay, I almost made a mistake there. Zanzibar recognizes your great rider, which means they're up to 99. We are going to build a road here. That's what this guy is doing. So road. Is it time to get the spy out of here? Because we're going to have it for 40 turns, right? At this point, plus whatever the road picks us up. And how long are we going to have Geneva? A lot shorter, no quests here. Yeah, let's move that spy from Zanzibar to Geneva. There it is. Alright, we'll do that there. Her desire sugar, Zanzibar, and Portugal. Whoop. Oh, that must have been before the fact. No longer ally of Bratislava. We had been anticipating that. There's not a loss of happiness there. We're holding on to our wine. But we are going to have a loss of happiness with the cocoa. However, if we're going to settle there, we will be getting it right back. Okay, so I think that's all the workers, all the trades. We can actually get started on this. So we know this guy wants to come here and build a road. So we'll do that. We can also repair, so that's nice. These guys are hanging around, so we'll have it go like this. He can actually start the road that they requested. Which one was range? This one was range. So we want to keep him nearby. This one can get back to the road. And it looks like... okay. Coming up through here. Alright. Come up through there. So there we go. Great General. We'll probably just want to hang out with our shooters, right? So we'll have him go like this. We were going to have him come over here, but we don't need to push there. We want to be strong, taking down the city. Get that over as quickly as possible. Here we're just going to be fielding our units as they come to us. So, all defensive there. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so we're having this settler come back. We're having this settler come back. Probably settle right on the wine, right? Yeah, we could steal a bunch of tiles from Copenhagen. Because it's just producing gold, so as long as it can pick up enough food to support everybody. There's farms everywhere, so it should be able to. That is probably a good idea. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like 7, 8. It'd be stagnant, but this city will take off really good. And we can have that dropped in 2 turns. So let us... This is the guy that's going to be sticking around for defense in the west. So we'll have him come down just to keep eyes. Same thing with this guy. He's going to be sticking around for home defense. So we'll do that. This worker can come all the way to here and actually start building a road tile. So we'll have city connection immediately. That's pretty good. And then he can get started on this. So yeah, we can just start siphoning tiles as needed. We can let Copenhagen keep him for the time being. Anyways, he wants to get on the road. He wants to heal up, but 2, 4, 5. Let's move into a city tile, right? Because, yeah, that would pretty much put him to full. Great General's coming over for the Mayan War. And that's another reason to bring this Great General over to Goa, because then he's like right on top of the Shoshone, where we're going to be pushing into the Shoshone. So these guys are pretty much all going over here. In fact, since we have a musketman and a range that are late to the party, we might even have them tangle with the Mayans here while the rest of our units push over to what is going to be our new home. Speaking of which, these guys come over. Let me see here. If we leave the worker here, 1, 2, yep, gets under the whole hill same amount of time. So we're going to go like this and this. That way we secure all the tiles we would want for all these people. This guy's the wild card, but even if he ends up here, we just snake underneath him. So this way we pretty much guarantee our passage moving forward, as do those units there. He's just basically repairing back here. He was coming over here, but now we're not pushing into here, so nevertheless, he's going to be getting out of here because he can get upgraded in a couple turns. And who knows, having a Zoomy type in their backfield we might be able to pillage a whole bunch of stuff, get a bunch of gold, so that might be worth pursuing anyway. So yeah, I still like the idea of having him come over for eyes. We'll have him come over here on the hill. That's pretty good eyes. He can come over here. And we can figure out a way pattern for them to dance in. So I'm going to relax him because I want to be reminded next turn. Let's see, where's our other one? He's like hanging off in a little thumb here. We'll relax him as well. And that's 1, 2, 3 accounted for. Where's the 4th one? I forget. Was doing eyes until that. Well, I'll tell you what, we can do it like this. Like so. We had him waiting. So this is the only one unaccounted for. There he is, of course. Of course, of course, of course. He's trying to go back. We can be seen from there, but that's okay. And let me see here. We'll go like that so that the tankier one's more towards the outskirts. I don't think it's important, but 3, come back. Okay. So we should look at our workers again. This worker was coming back to do roads and stuff, but that's not happening now. We already have workers over here. So we'll have him come over. This worker's finished, and we're not going to have more for him to do in 9 turns. So we'll get him on the road and have him come over. We already have this worker kind of building roads here. We can have another worker kind of building roads here, and then we'll just try and remember to tear them up when we're done with them. And that way we can get everybody around Goa as expeditiously as possible. This is not a road tile, so we will want to zoom up there next. So I do think have him come over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be all of his movement, unfortunately. So yeah, it'll take a few turns to get that up. Let's see. Aberystwyth grows in 2 onto the horses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't even pre-build there. So what we can do is we can just back off, pre-build a farm here, and then next turn we'll zoom here, and that'll be good as far as all that goes. Worker here, we would be ripping up the roads at this point, but no point in doing that. Berlin grows in 7, Cork grows in 12. Alright, we already checked Aberystwyth and Rennes. Nantes will be growing to there. I don't think we have anybody on top of that yet. We were planning on him, and he can get back in time. This guy here. We don't need help building the road to Zanzibar. And we don't need help over here. So we got this one worker here that's kind of free. One worker builds roads here. We settle on the wine, develop. So this, we don't need any help over here as far as that goes, because after that he can start picking up all the other. Oh, and you know what? Settling on the wine actually gives us 3 forest tiles. I hadn't considered that, but it works. So yeah, Penzance. We have a worker there. 15 turns. Don't know where it's going to happen. Douglas is just picking up random stuff. Glasgow. 6 turns. We grab this. So maybe we have this guy come over and 6 turns, huh? Yeah. We do want to get on that rather quickly. And I think all our other workers are distributed in a way that's meaningful. Oh, wait. We do need a second worker over here. So yeah, let's hop on the road there. He'll take over. This is, yeah, we'll have them come over and help with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. So he comes here or something. Hopefully that hex is useful by then. He's just chopping down, buying time to go there. Alright, so whoa. Okay, so he's just 1 hex this turn. I believe this was prepared to trade with Denmark, because they were our most profitable before. We have to assume they will be now. Not really much to keep an eye on, I don't think. Maya and Portugal are now friends. That's fine. It's basically everybody versus us. It's been that way for a while. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to fix my tapes over here, so let's do that. Because I don't want to miss out. We may have missed out on some completions last turn, but I usually cover them towards the top of the turn. Alright, so we were at 10 pop here. And I would say that this presents us with a fork in the road, because 10 pop would have been our pre-ideology target population for this city. So it's either this tile or this tile. And to go here, we're only giving up 1 hammer, so I think we should just do that. Keep it growing. Berlin grows. We're trying to get the factory up, but we also want to grow because the factory is going to bring specialist slots. So let's do this for now. Try and grow the city. Dublin has grown. Okay. See, this is exactly why I don't like to queue projects, because I don't know. We can see by the hammer count here that it's probably this is the turn that it got started. We're producing 20 per turn. We have 31. Okay, so we could have put somebody here last turn. We never got the prompt. So we'll just put the new... So we lost one turn of that. Not a big deal. But that's a good example of why I don't like to queue my production projects. Alright, iron and iron come back, so we will look for people to trade iron with. Whoops, wrong. The wheel doesn't do that when you're... Okay, so she is interested in iron. We'll trade with her. Oh, we got lots of people, lots of iron. So there's that. She's done. And that just leaves her, which is kind of useless because we're just going to get right back in a minute. But we've taken care of that. And let's see. Sidon seeks justice against the Shoshone. Sidon was bullied by the Shoshone recently. Sidon. Alright. Sidon and the Inca no longer allies. No longer. What's our rep with them? 0. And we have 30 turns to act on that. We're going to do it anyways as a matter of course when we go to attack them. Geneva wants Taoism. I wish we could do that. But that isn't part of the reason why we want to try and keep that where Hamburg is settled. Alright. Sadly, my roommate's going to have to deal with the fact that Hamburg will be no more, so the Ramsey joke just won't even be there any longer. Hey, it did go to Eiffel Tower. So that's good. It actually sped it up a turn. Nice. He can just jump in the water straight through here. So I don't really see a reason not to. Things aren't as tumultuous as they were. He's going for the road. Hopefully that guy's out of the way by next turn. Hey, look at this. Caterpillar coming true. Doo-doo-doo. Alright. I still like these guys where they are for the time being. I was just going through some calculations. Ooh, look at this! Sorry, babe. We are on it. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we can do is box it in here. Yeah. We'll go here and here. I wanted him here as opposed to here because now he can back up and heal in city tiles, which is something we wanted to do. He gets on the road, so when the city is settled, we get a city connection immediately. That helps to justify this long stretch also. Very good. So yeah, we'll do that. And he's going to be the home defense by the little island, as will this guy, who's got to heal up one more turn. Here's a great general going over towards the Mayans, our silver city, as we call it. There's that. Okay. Alright, so this is the turn we want to move. Oh. Right, okay. Well, next turn he'll be able to stop because of the altitude training. I wish I had noticed that last turn, but... So, yeah, he'll come up there. Okay. And then he'll come over here. Perfecto. That's 1, 2. He's ready to roll, and that leaves, I forget where the other one is again already. Over here, right? Yeah, here. Okay, there we go. So, he'll back up like so. And he's going to go build a road. These guys are fine where they are, because basically the turn we declare war by entering her lands. Gets shot, so he's damaged, he's a lightning rod. I should say the turn he moves in here, they step into here. He gets hit, so he's the lightning rod, moves into where we're going to get heal up. These two come into here and here. Presuming there's nothing over here to stop us from doing that. Remains to be seen. He's going to get on the road so we can come help build roads towards this side of Goa. And hey, look at that. They made the way for us. Perfect. Perfect. So he comes over here. He takes over. Nice. I'm so glad we got to occupy that spot, because I don't see any way they can occupy this spot. So we're going to have a nice smooth transition here, which is fantastic. 1, 2, 3. In fact, we can have him come here, because then he can step here, upgrade, and he can take over on the roads, and that's going to be very useful given his speed and ability to just pillage, pillage, pillage. Alright, so let's take a look at this. 3 turns. Alright, we're going to have to keep track of that moving forward. In fact, I want to see something real quick. It's originating from Edinburgh, so we should just check in Edinburgh every turn from now on, because sometimes the caravans do end a turn before they say they're going to. Hey, look at that. We get the visibility here of the turn that we lost it from here, so that's kind of nice. Alright, you are going to settle Hamburg. And these guys are going to remain in this area because we don't have defense over here, and our pikemen took off. Let's see here. We could end up here in 2 turns either way. Although from here we're going to have land's worth of visibility. So I still think we should jump in the water this way as opposed to just jumping in now, and since it's going to count out about the same. City gets settled here. So we can start moving over this way because we want... He can move through the city tunnel, so there's that. And he goes there. We want the archer to be here. So we have eyes. Right? We'll have eyes because this is only a hill. Yeah, so we'll have eyes at least into these 3 hexes. And he can shoot, so that's perfect. He's getting on the road to act as backup here. There's a hill here, that's pretty nice. And then we get on the road and can come over here. So things are starting to come together as far as that goes, and I'm glad for that, because when I was recording the last part, it did feel kind of sloppy, and I don't like putting on sloppy presentations. I like being able to bring you guys nice, tight. Alright, I see caravans. 2 of them showed up on the exact same hex at the exact same time, so that'll be interesting to see what's happening there.
There never was a good
Metallurgy is here. Do we want to upgrade all of them? This one we don't actually need to, because we don't need them to be quick right now. These 2 most certainly. In fact, maybe we have them both come over here, right? So he goes here and upgrades. He comes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. We're on road, so 5, 6. Like he can move to here, which he can means he can move as far as here and still upgrade. I just assume we have the horses. I didn't bother checking. We've been borrowing, so that makes sense. This guy being quick, not as important because of where he's at, but because he can tap into a road and get somewhere quick, that might be a reason. And similarly, this guy can get on the roads fairly quickly. Well, in theory. We only need to cover this tile visibility speaking. So maybe he comes here to watch that, because then we can get on the roads a little bit easier. So yeah, we'll try and remember to make that change next turn. Order there. Swansea will pick up this tile in 6 turns. Ramsey will pick it up in 6 turns. So let's see, they're going to have a fight over it. That's something. Look at these horses connected. Now keep in mind we can't work this tile. It's 4th ring. And also because it's 4th ring, this will not make this a circus city, unfortunately. Cork grows. So let's see here. Okay. Let's go ahead and work this tile. It's nothing right now, but we're going to have the university in 2 turns, and this will have a trading post finished next turn, manually speaking. Glasgow grows, so we'll come here, growth in 20. When this comes out, we will be pulling people off, though, to populate that. So based on what we can see here, we're going to lose a food in that transaction, so this may never, anytime soon, get to 12 pop, I should say. Riga seeks investors. We're not interested. There's that. So Limerick, growth in 2. Still growth in 2. I'm surprised to see that. In that case, let's just continue to rack up the money, because we're spending a lot of money, both now and in the near future. Plus, continues to work a hammer, so yeah. When we grow, we'll grow to this. We'll quickly grow to that tile, and we'll go from there. Figure out what's going on. On to rifling, we only have 4 turns, which means in 4 turns. Keep in mind it's 200 per upgrade. When we get it, we'll only be able to upgrade 8 of our musketmen. We have 11, and we also need to be considering Gatling guns along the way. For example, this guy here does not have range. He does. So we're going to be settling the city here. Alright. There will be a road tile here because it's a city ruins, so we don't have to build roads to connect where the city's going. And as long as he's not going to be in the way of the settler. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6. 1, 2 here. Settle same turn. So we can yield this tile to the worker, which means he has time to repair here, and then we'll probably repair here next, so that when we settle here, we have this tile immediately, and go for there. We'll have a worker in this vicinity for warring purposes. Let's check this out. All we can see is arrows going this way to Berlin. Oh, come on, I was doing a good job. It looks like it's a tooltip thing. Come on. There we go. So hard to get this to stay up with the latest version. It seems to terminate at Berlin. So I wonder if that means there's 2 cities trading with Berlin along the roads going through Braga, which means if we can track this... Alright, so we need to check in with Edinburgh. No caravan here, so this is not the turn. And based on the diagonal, we can anticipate it going here next turn, which is unfortunate. So what I'll do is I'll have this guy cross the river in case we need to step here to pillage next turn. Hopefully that's an option to us. If not, we might wait a turn and declare war when they're here. Because if there's 2, maybe we can get both. I'll have this guy step up on the hill. Because this guy has ranged, I do think getting him Gatling gun status before we, throw him into the fray is going to be very good. Like from this hill here, we can only see 2, so the fact that we can reach 3 is not going to matter. We're not going to be able to see those tiles, so making him stronger seems like a better idea. She's got long swordsmen and crossbows of her own. So Coco from Almaty. As a result of us repairing here, we were already going to be getting this one anyway, so that's a lie. We can check here. We're getting 2 Coco, and I'm guessing they're both from Almaty. Imported Almaty 2, there you go, because we sold off our last copy. But we're going to rectify that when we settle there. This might be the last turn we need to peak here. 3, there. And if we build the road tile here, 1, 2, this is 1 movement point, he can move here. So we'll have all the help we need as far as that goes. Okay. So things are working out. Unfortunately, he only ends up here. Great General stays along the road, which will be finished here, so he'll be able to help these guys immediately. And everything seems to be coming into place. So there's that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, we will not be able to step here and shoot same turn, even though there's a chance we might declare war next turn. So that's something to keep in mind. Start on the road project here and here. And we had road going to Zanzibar, which is cleared up. Look at this. That's so good. Now, we can't throw a party too much because this tile might be occupied but it doesn't look like it's very likely. Alright, she jumps in. Sorry, babe. This is our land now. We're going to come here, and in settling here, we do get an extra copy of wine. So we're going to say production focus. Hey, look at that. It just gave us these tiles right away, so that's definitely what we want to do. Work to good growth tile. Buy the monument. It's not all that important that we buy the monument here, but I think it's still a good idea. So yeah, when I was budgeting for how many musketmen we can improve right away, I wasn't taking that into account. The couple cities we're going to be settling here, but that's fine, really. I think I'll have him come over here. Actually, you know what? Let's have him come down here. Might as well, yeah. Alright. So we finished the road tile. There's our city connection. 1 tile. Perfect. We're already making double what we're paying for. That's awesome. Yeah, cool stuff. Alright, I like how everything's coming together after the sloppiness of the last episode. Alright, these guys are all going towards the mine, so no point in stopping. Man, this... everything gets so cluttered looking at this point in the game. Alright, so we'll come here. Hey, there's some land. Let's go for the land. Pretty cool. We can dance like so for the time being. We'll figure that out later. Alright. So, this guy's got to move over. Comes here, he comes here, comes here. Oh no, look at this. Alright. Well, that's okay, because assuming we can, in fact, take this city... Does he have range? He does not. As soon as he gets range, we should definitely give him Gatling gun status, because we're going to be in an uphill battle here, probably. But once we take this, like, you know, we can take as many tiles as we need to, so that's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting over there. Alright, so he's chilling. Chilling. This city's pretty much done for, so I guess we'll throw some trading posts up here. Because we're pulling in so few hammers with the tiles we're already working, I will work this hill as our 5th population. It'll slow the city's growth, but the city should still grow, and then we'll pick these up retro, you know, from behind and go from there. That's how a Liberty City is normally played out. Alright, so now we're going to head over to the coal, right? 4 turns. It'll say 3 when we move in, 2 when we first chop, 1 when we finish the chop, and then we get it when we're free to start mining it. So that's flawless timing there. Alright, we already moved those guys. Wine, that's right. Wine. Alright, so he's the one that's lowest on science. So we'll trade with him. It's funny too, because doesn't he have his own wine? He does. We pillaged it. That's hilarious. He paid us for wine that he's about to improve for himself. Alright, so we want to keep our eyes on these caravans, make sure they're running in tandem as it appears they are. Okay, so come on, Almighty, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes, that's awesome. Okay, so before we do anything else, let's go to Edinburgh. And there is a caravan waiting commands, which means we are not trading with her, which means we can declare war right now with her. So, step 1, we're going to step here before we do anything else. Dangled worker, but we don't actually need more workers, so meh, whatever. Let's see here. He finishes the road. So ideally we're going to land here, get shot, which is unfortunate because that means with him finishing the road here, I guess we didn't need to. So if we had kept this worker along the road, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's what we should have done. We could have had him come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, started here and ended up there. That's how we should have done that. Okay. Well, at least the road had to be finished here because now the Great General gets up where we need it. We descend like so. Looking good. Come up here. Still looking good. Ooh, we could actually slam into that. And then back out for cover. Alright, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's deal with this. Ren has grown. The city connection was most certainly the city we just dropped, St. Yves. People are demanding sugar. We know where there's sugar. Maybe we pick it up along the way as we're warring him. We grow in this city. We do have access to some 2-1 tiles. We're working towards a factory. So yeah, there we go. Alright. Cocoa and wine. So we can hold on to the cocoa, but there's no need to because the moment we settle, we get wine, or cocoa. I know he's coming to repair this, so we'll just do it. That's so wonderful. Alright. Hey, we get a new unit. Looks like, from where it's positioned. Alright, so we want to get him some altitude training. That's pretty good, too, because we'll probably send him over here, just because there's 3 cities worth of potential uprising over here. Where is she going with the settler, though? I mean, we pulled the last luxury, so maybe over here, and that would be great, because then we wouldn't have to patrol the darkness down here, like we're doing right now. Alright, we're getting over there. We're still getting ahead of ourselves, so let's... Alright, we'll do this. Penzance. Growth in 7 and 5. 6 and 5. 6 and 5. Yeah, plus I still want to work the gold where we can. Alright. Bucharest and Japan now allies. Doesn't matter. Monaco and Japan now allies. Kabul has a new ally. Antananarivo and Japan now allies. Oh, this is scary. Japan is gobbling up. Wow. Okay. So anyways, we have cocoa and wine. Pocatello's not interested. Let us shop around for people who might want us to attack Carthage. Alright, so Cork now is picking up some money. Maybe we can use the luxuries as leverage in that. Going here almost makes no... Whoa. Almost makes no sense, because once we're done with Portugal, we're going to go for him. And they were friendly last I knew. Friendly, not friends, but still. He might be interested. They kind of border. No. Alright. No, okay. I don't think he's in the mood for paying for anybody to go to war. Japan is getting scary, so which is why I'm glad we picked up another musket man just now. And I don't think these guys have the money to... Right. Oh, plus once we declare war with her, we're going to be picking up another copy of wine and copper and gold. 2 caravans, we already know where those are, and some iron. So let's put our focus here. We'll declare war on her, and then immediately get out of the screen so we can see the 200 gold. Oh, just 100 gold? Okay, I guess you can't do it that way. That's unfortunate. Alright, so now we have lots to sell. We had wine and cocoa. We now have another wine, copper, gold. So that's 5 luxuries plus iron. Nobody's showing interest in iron, so that's fine. Here's the only gold being asked for, so we'll do that first. Alright. There's that. And everybody else seems to be divided about the same. Let's try, I know he's not so sweet on us these days, but we can still give him everything he wants to try to continue to make nice. So there's that. And then I guess we'll trade with her next. Especially since she might be trying to pick up more wine. But there's no wine, we just picked up the last copy there. So, yeah. We're a bunch of drunks over here. Alright. So he still has 1 movement point. We might as well cross the river, right? And he can just fortify there. Over here we can make a push in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no way we move onto the hill and shoot same turn. So we could push forward here. Doing so is only going to damage this, which helps Almaty more than anything. So I'm down for that. Let's stay along the road for sure. And in fact, let's not even bother with the flanking. We get flanking there, we'd get additional if we brought him over, but we could bring him along the road and we can get started coming this way right now, since it looks like there might be a need to. And it doesn't look like there might be much of a need here. She's not going to send stuff here necessarily. Well, she might at first until we drop the city. But we can be seen here. They can't shoot us though, can they? No. But they can see us because this is a wooded hill. And yeah, so we can be seen. So they might come, she might come this way rather than this way. So let's go ahead and push, and now we occupy this hill, which, you know, altitude training, all that good stuff. And we'll do this so at least we'll have the road finished for these guys next turn. And let's see, he can come along the road here. So we can actually hit this, get out of the way, and now he can hit it too, right? Absolutely, far out. And we have movement to spare, look at that. So we might as well pillage. This takes away a luxury of hers and gets him fully healed. There's no point in moving again though, because we would get in bombard range. But now we have, these guys have a clear path to come over here and figure out what's up. 2, 3, 4 gets us out of bombard, far out. And then we can start coming down here, antagonize. That's great. That's just great. Alright, Avarice Width is done with Amphitheater, so let's get on Kaylee Hall. We're still trying to manage local happiness wherever we can. And now we come here. So we'll get shot. Well, I suppose we can just come up here right away, right? And then he can 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this still works out. This still works out. Okay. Good. Alright. Because we would have gotten double shot anyways. It'll be interesting to see what the exchange rate is here, because obviously we want him to be the lightning rod. Great General comes into range next turn, so that will help. He's waiting around to become Gatling gun. Let's see. Worker will advance to the front, and we're doing really well overall. Alright, so we move him down here. That way he still has eyes on this. Has many more options mobility wise. This is going to be our home defense versus the Mayans. And everybody is finally, he cannot go through hills, so we're going to have to do that. He can come here. He can come here. And now they both get in the water next turn. Alright, how much longer do we have open borders? 10. Probably just enough time to do everything we need to over here, give or take. What's this? Oh yeah, roads. Okay, I just noticed we had this guy to move, so... That's unfortunate. Alright. So, musician, we'll have him come to the back, since he's finally moved away. He comes here. He moves to the back. There we go. We are ready to drop a city here. Now that I think about it, maybe having the worker start on the aluminum doesn't make sense. Get some farms going here. Grow this actual city. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. We'll change that next turn, I guess. Yeah, that's all fine right there. Alright. So that guy is in the way. In the way. Okay, so I guess we just do that for well, I guess no. Because we already know this is ocean and ocean and ocean. So unless there's a connection through here, this is ocean. This is like our only hope. We already agreed. We're just going to leave him where he's at. He's coming down here. Oh, we actually have to figure out a place to send this, don't we? Alright, we were so busy saying let's get the war started. Penzance to our house, we're already running. Copenhagen to our house. Go. There you are. Okay, and I guess we go here. And this city's all cleaned up. So now we can come over here. There's a couple places we can just put up farms, put up hills. Or better yet, let's get onto that cattle, because we're going to be over there, right? So we can just pre-build this until the cattle's available and hop onto there. Zanzibar's been hanging out over here, so we have to assume, well, we don't have to assume, but we can assume that that's good to go. This is a hill, so that's good visibility there. He can dance like so. Should probably keep the visibility near home. The thing I don't like here is that with the exception of this guy, we're not really on roads, so we're not really in a position to respond all that well. But this guy is, so... And he's pretty much eyes. We can take a step here and still see everything we need to. So let's do that. He's done here. We'll have those in 3 turns. We'll just come over here, do a little something something. Alright. Is that everything? it does appear to be. It's so nice to have this not all cluttered up. Okay, we are way past the half-hour mark because this was a turn with a lot of coordination, but I'm really digging how much cleaner this part. So thank you guys for being patient with the last part. I will try not to record when I'm that tired in the future, but we still got everything timed out well, so I think it worked out, which is great. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel I've earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.